each one of these cannon bases, actually the sides, this etto is going to be 36 long. Remember, it's only going to be 34. We've allowed an extra 2 for error.
Really, да?
34. 34.
Oh. I made the 34. Yes?
Yep.
Yes. What? Да?
He's going to actually cut at 34.3 now. So we're not going to cut it at 36, we're cutting it at 34.3. And that's what he's setting up there. Control.
Yes.
Yeah. So always control, always.
Yeah.
Always.
Control is test.
Control is test.
Serda. Segda. Control.
Ну, смотрим сейчас. 34. О, даже, да. 35 даже. Ну. Ладно.
Good or нет?
Нет, много.
35. 35. Too big.
Да? Теперь это же, да? Short detail.
Short detail, yeah.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, yes.
34.4.
No, good.
34.4. Very good. Now we cut this etto.
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so we're applying pressure inwards now, and we've got a scrap piece at the back to help support it. Very good, and you can see they've all got the same size. That last bit chipped because we only had a tiny piece of wood there, and it broke off. Very good.
Etto. What is?
Okay, so
our size? Yeah.
Etto
37.
37. Yeah. Our rule size is 37, so 37.3.
Yes.
Okay. Just measuring 37.3. Maybe this.
Oh,
for control.
One moment, да? This is вот это, да?
90-degree angle, because remember, without control, it has to be perfectly flush against it, so we need to get a 90-degree angle. With our control piece as well, you can see it's got a bit of a chip in it on that side, and that's not good because it'll let it move this way and you're not going to get an accurate measurement. So we're just turning it that way to make sure that the control piece runs smoothly through. And I just smoothed out this surface so this is flush against this. That's crucial because we're going to be measuring this piece to then cut our planks. We get our caliper out and measure.
Oh, good.
Very good.
Good.
37.5.
Yes.
Very good.
Right. Yes.
Control works. Now we're going to get our actual piece out, which has 15, and this is all ready to cut.
How? Control. How is?
Control of this surface.
Good? Oh, good.
Good. Okay, good. Yeah. I sort of forgot. You've got to also make sure this angle is 90 degrees and smooth.
Yeah.
This is now ready to put through.
the basic, да? Вот, detail, да? 3 detail, small number. Small number. Вот. 1 millimeters, да?
Yeah.
1 millimeters and 1 millimeters. Yes. Так. Опа. Yes. Yes. It's a variant for small number detail, да?
Yes. Can we use this to practice?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. This detail, да. on this.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that detail on that.
Oh, for control, I make, huh? Wow.
Ah, okay.
For,
Okay. So that's a good point. What he's done is and Dr. Mishka,
Да.
glue?
No. I early detail on this. 3 detail.
Okay.
Да?
Okay. Camera, Dr. Michael, camera, please. What he's done,
Now it's gonna.
he's drawn a line up 1 millimeter from each edge here because remember the base is curving in, and he's put a little mark up there as a control to make sure he doesn't sand that top bit because he doesn't want to remove any of that. Now you could do this on the milling machine if you wanted to, if you had a lot of them. He's explaining because we've only got 3 of them, we'll just do it on the disc sander to get it down, and we'll do the next piece on the milling machine. But normally if you had a big stack of them, you could put them in at an angle and mill them off like that, but we're doing it here because there's only 3. And very easy. Good. And you can see the line is still there on that edge, and also on that edge. He's only removed wood from that edge there, which is exactly what he wanted. So it's now curving inwards very slightly. Okay, now I'm just measuring 1 millimeter in from both sides and putting a mark, because remember the bases curve outwards. Then I'm joining that with a line to the other end, because this has to go the full width on this other end. And repeating. And what I'm going to do is just put a mark up here on this side as a control to make sure that I don't sand any of that off. So I'm going to run this through the disc sander. As I said, we've only got 3 of them. We're just making 3 cannons. We could use a milling machine to do it, but the disc sander is going to be a lot quicker. We're going to mill the other pieces, and I'm going to make sure that mark stays there because we don't want any off of that edge there. As Dr. Michael always does, he measures the 90-degree angle of this bench with this protractor first. That's crucial. We're going to use a piece of wood to do this. Close up again to disc sander. We're going to be really careful not to get this side, which has to have its full width, on the sander. Dr. Michael's just explained that because this is rotating like that, the disc here is going to be a lot faster than it is here, and here it's going to remove wood quicker than here. So you can move the piece from a fast sand to a slow sand. You can move it to here if you want a very, very fine amount of wood removed, or here if you want to remove it quicker.
It's a very good machine.
It's a very good machine, he's saying. This and thickness are very, very good.
Yeah.
And the milling machine.
Oh,
Really?
Hold on.
Yep.
Going? Dr. Michael's explained we've made 3 of the pieces. 2 of them are almost identical and 1 isn't. So what we're going to do is just disregard the piece that's slightly different, and he does that by putting a little star on it to indicate that that's the one he's not going to use. We're not going to throw it out, we're just going to leave it there for the moment and make the other components now.
Yep.
Now we're going to be making the side of the cannon carriages that that have that sort of a shape, and we're going to do this on the milling machine. So as you remember, with the milling machine we have to make a jig for it. Excuse me, and I did say that Dr. Michael had a lot of these blank templates that he uses to make a jig, and that's what we're going to do now.
I have many.
Like this position more.
Да, ну,
Yeah.
position. Так, значит, вот, на our distance, так. Разъедем, да? Сейчас.
So we're now just making the frame to hold these pieces. Remember, they're going to have to be inserted on an angle like that because we want to cut those lines on an angle.
Yes. Так. Вот. What are you good? After this, we must have what?
Angle.
Angle. What this detail?
Angle.
Yes?
Yeah.
Ага. Сейчас возьмем так вот. Допустим. Yes.
So he's just, remember that's the shape we want to achieve, so he's just tracing that from there.
Yes. Так. Мы ее поставим. Так, сейчас. Сейчас. Проще будет так сделаем. Shot, да?
Shorter.
Then.
Yeah, shorter than the side of the cannon because we're going to have to obviously cut that.
Yes. Вот. And next, да. Мы можем даже вот так, параллель сделать, да? Yes? Not вот так вот. On this distance, да. 2 millimeters, yes?
2 millimeters, yeah.
Yes.
2 millimeters from the distance between those there.
You see very good what it's, да? It's not good.
Not good,
Yes?
yeah.
Good. Так. Oh, good.
Good.
Not very good.
So bad side up because we're going to grind that off, remember?
Oh, not good. Good. Yes. Good. Good. Next. Да. Oh, good. Да. Oh, 1 moment. Not it's glue. Yeah.
You can see a thin line of glue on that inside edge. That's not good because it's not going to hold the piece perfectly flat, so we're going to remove that with a small chisel first. I do it to Dr. Mishka?
Oh, yeah, I showed.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So you see it's just
Yes.
just scraping that off with that tiny chisel. Funny motive. Easy, very simple.
Yes.
Okay, now for this piece here, we insert it in, press hard and only apply glue on the outside edge because we don't want to get any glue.
So, small glue.
Small glue. We don't want to get any glue on this piece, so that's why we're not gluing it on the inside. Only from the outside once the piece is clamped.
Yes. Good. Sure. Good. After this, yeah. What? It's a big.
Not good.
Big,
Not good.
No problem. 1 moment.
That's not good there because that piece protrudes, which means we're not going to be able to hold that cannon steady like that.
Yes.
Look, Dr. Mishka.
Huh? Oh, it's variant.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd actually thought of that.
This and what? Good.
Yeah, good.
Все будет нормально. Так.
It's good glue.
Yes.
I like
No, high price.
How much? One? $1?
$1.
$1.
And more.
25 ruble.
$2. Вот.
50 ruble.
Yes. Вот. Так, good. Construction, да? Вот. Все это. Make Make. Так. Да, ее мы возьмем. Вот эти. Потом мы уберем. Так, 20. It's angle, да? What is angle? No. What is angle?
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
да? Ага.
Straight, not on an angle.
Так, 20.
Now he's measuring the lines where these cuts are going to have to be made.
Good. 3. Mm-hmm. It's delayed. This
Delayed,
page.
yeah.
I will make delayed.
Yeah.
It's orienteer. It's not perfectly what this make. Perfectly. What?
On using the gauges.
Да? Вот. Good.
Yep.
Our machine, да? Так, сейчас я уберу здесь. Сейчас.
You can see all he's got in there is a little square thing that can slide along as it's been inserted there. And then that sort of screws into it. He's got one on this side as well. Over there. Just in that middle rail.
This is the drill bit we're going to be using. And this drill bit we use to test or control.
The position of the machine.
Good. Yes.
And making sure that it runs along both lines as it moves left and right. You can see it's got a
Oh, it's
point,
not
so
good,
it's very
yeah?
clear.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
it's
good.
not. It's not.
Oh.
You can see from this side the needle
Yeah.
is to the left of that, so we just swing
No.
the table across to line it up.
Yes. Так.
Good.
Ja. Test.
This is very good. Do you know how to do this?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not good. Yes. Up. Good. Ага. Хорошо. Так.
Position backwards and forwards, and now he's
Yeah.
zeroed it
Да. Yes.
on this dial. Now he's going to find the
Right.
position left and
Yeah.
right. Oh, actually, the depth. He's
Zero.
found the depth.
Yeah.
And
Zero.
he's zeroing that now.
Zero.
Yes.
The left and right won't matter because that's the direction he's going to be moving.
Not touch, да?
You don't touch the top one and this one that moves the table forwards and back,
They've both been
or up
zero.
and down. They've both been zeroed.
1, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Даже может 2. Да, 2 даже. 2.
Another 2.
2. Не горит. No smoking. Так. Еще 2.
Down a bit further. Okay, he said he's now gone a depth of 1 millimetre by going backwards and forwards 4 times and doing small increments each time. But this is now back to 0, which means he's gone down 1 millimetre.
Oh, it's 1 millimeter. Вот. Yes? Дальше пойдем. our deep 2 millimeters.
2.
Yes?
Alright, we have to go down to 2.
Yes.
But if he's out by 1 minute, oh, just on this. That's interesting.
Не режется. Ну, придется тогда так это делать сейчас. That's not good.
Not good?
Not good. That's not a problem. Плотно. Сидели? Oh, this.
Mm-hmm. Bit of glue on the back edge of the
Да.
cannons to hold them together.
Yes. Good. Вот. Так.
Thanks, Ivan.
One millimeter.
1 millimeter. So he's moved this machine forward 3 to cut the next groove, and he's gone down 1 millimeter in that next groove, and he's actually cutting through the pine supports as well, as you can see on this side. And now on that side. Just maybe fill the whole thing from there though, and roll it through the movement.
And what this
Now.
2 millimeters was.
No problem.
No problem.
Good, very nice.
Я это делаю after, ну я сейчас покажу так.
But-
Скажем, 10, там 20, 30,
Maybe
там
40.
40, да, 40.
But 200.
Вот, значит, 5, значит, this cassette, yes?
But then put new cassette, this position change.
Да, yes. It's for limp.
Yes,
Later,
this cassette different. Big problem.
It's very, very small, different. I say later.
Okay,
yeah?
he'll
Yes,
explain
yes.
later. What I was just trying to asking him is I was saying, look, if you've got 150 cannons and therefore 300 sides, you can't load 300 sides up into this cassette. He's saying that you could only load 40 up into each one, and you use 9 or 8 cassettes. You do one, then you do the other, and so on. But the problem with that is the cassettes may not look the same. He's going to explain that later.
See, good.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Вот. Next, please. Показывай. 1 millimeters да?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, там 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Yes? What? 0, 0,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah.
So, next, да?
Yeah.
Our depth 6 millimeters.
6.
Yes?
Mayo.
Вот. По 0,2, 0,2.
Yeah.
0,2.
Yeah, small.
0,2.
Yeah. Buddy Mayo, yeah.
Please.
Okay, so what's happening here is, I don't know if you can get in there. We've got our cannon and we've got our cannon and we're cutting the series of grooves. All he's doing is, because the width of each groove, or the length of each groove, I don't know if you can get that, is 3 millimeters. He's just adjusting the 3 millimeters on this machine relative to the 0. So if I wanted to move it back to its old position, I can do that very easily by turning the knob 3 times. When it gets back to 0, I know it's exactly where it was. We've also zeroed it relative to height. So to cut this next row, this is the depth of each cut is also 2 millimeters. So we've got 2, 4, and this next one is going to be down here, which is going to be 6 relative to the top of the frame. You can't cut all 6 millimeters in one shot because you'll break the needle, so you've got to go down in 0.2 increments, and that's what he was doing earlier. So what I'm going to do is move this table back by exactly 3 millimeters, so that we're now cutting 3 millimeters further forward. Okay, 1 revolution of the knob, we're back to 0, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters. Now this is also at the zeroed height, so what I'm going to do is bring it down by 0.2 of a millimeter there, and start the machine and then move it from left to right. Cut. Okay, so I've moved it across once and I've cut 0.2 millimeters depth. What I'm going to do now is not adjust the table in terms of its distance that way, but just adjust the depth by another 0.3 millimeters and move it back across. Good. Now another 0.2 down. Just keep this running, Ivan. 1, 2.
Tape 2.
I wasn't actually pressing, I was more leaning.
Good. Yeah.
Relaxing.
Okay, you can see we're back down to 0.
Yeah.
So we've cut a depth of 6 millimeters now, relative to the top. And I'm just going to give that a bit of a clean. Maybe Socharik. Not
it's
yet.
Later. It's later.
Later, okay. Sandpaper later.
It's later. Вот. Now, да? 6 millimeters hollow and 3 millimeters. Yes.
Sorry, Doctor?
Oh. 6 millimeters.
Up.
And 3 millimeters. Да?
Yep. I understand. Up. So we're going up 6 millimeters now.